Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome here to the 2024 Dixie Softball World Series Tournament in Prince George County, Virginia, where it is not raining at this time, thank God. Let's just keep that away. This is Trey James, your broadcaster, and what I would like to say is we are getting close. We're getting down. We got four teams left, and one team, North Carolina, has yet to lose. So if they lose, we will have 4 games, including this upcoming game where Virginia will take on Alabama. Virginia is the away team, Alabama is the home team. And they were gathered together on the field earlier. We were saying a prayer, pregame prayer. And I noticed one of the Alabama players was holding a large inflatable banana. So I guess the mascot is for Alabama, the Alabama banana. Lovely tongue twister, Alabama banana. And it squeaks when you squeeze it. I don't think my dog would go nuts on that one. Anyway, now that we're waiting on the umpires to come in, they're checking on some stuff and making sure that everything is right in the world. Give me time to go over the lineup. So for Amherst, Virginia, number 12, Nani Brown will be leading off. She is a shortstop. Number 15, Bridget Jones will be in left field. Number 1, Emily Welch will be catching. Number 7, Addie Camden will be playing second. Number 3, Reagan Hunt is pitching. Number 9, Carly Falls is at first. Number 5, Elena Robertson is one of the extra players, non-field players. 4, Miranda Thacker will be playing third. Number 55, Haven Tyree will be in center field. 25, Serenity Diener is an extra player. Number 17, Maddie Siemens will be in right field. And number 2, Megan Tweedy will be is an extra player as well. And the Amherst, Virginia team is managed by Brandon Welch and coached by Caleb Falls as well as Hunter Welch. Yes, Hunter Welch. Just want to make sure I got that right. Okay, for Alabama, the home team, coached by Terry Garrett. Leading off will be number 37, Reese Garrett, center field. Number 2 will be 24, Janasia Cantlow. I'm getting it. Janasia Cantlow at third base. Batting third, number 11, Beth Dixon, pitching. Batting fourth, number 22, Kayla Compton at shortstop. Batting fifth, number 97, Haley Griffin at first. Batting sixth, number 2, Julianne Meyer, left field. Batting seventh, number 9, Brooke Horn, the second base. Batting eighth, number 10, Mary Holland Stevens, the extra player. Batting ninth, number 5, Miley Long, in right field. As you can tell, the wind is kicking up a little bit. Number 10 is number 4, Yaley McClendon, the catcher. And batting 11th, number 26, Mary Clark Brown, and she is the extra player. Well, it's been an interesting tournament so far. We've had rain and more rain over the last 5 days. This is supposed to take place in 3 days. This is supposed to be done in 3 days, and Mother Nature has not been behaving herself. She's been very mean and very nasty to us. I don't know who ticked her off, but Virginia has been in a 5-week drought, and everybody's praying for rain. I guess they just prayed for it to happen too soon because they should have waited till after the 31st, where the World Series will be over for all the leagues. And right now, this is just the Dixie Bells and the Ponytails playing this past week. And the Virginia and Alabama game you will be watching here is part of the Dixie Bell League. And they are 13 to 15-year-olds. The Ponytails are 11 to 13-year-olds. And then they have even younger players taking care later this week on Friday. But yes, this also should have been situated. If the weather was nice, we should have been done by Monday. But yet here it is Wednesday, and rain is still threatening to cancel some of this stuff here. And it's just mind-boggling how many days in a row it has rained. Thankfully, it isn't cold, but still, it's hard to play ball when you're getting rained on. And some of the games were actually light spritz was going on, but as soon as it picked up and or lightning was flashing, that stops the game right there. but you can hear the wind whipping a little bit. It is blowing right to left from first base to third base. You can see the flag at a full address, and I just hope that's pushing the bad clouds out of the way and opening up the skies. You do see a little sunshine here, which is good.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready to start Game 12, I would like to first and foremost give a large round of applause to our grounds crew that has been out here for hours after we leave and hours before we get here. If we could, give them a big hand of applause. Don't forget that during the game you can get up and get yourself some lunch, some refreshments. Make sure that you stay hydrated. I do see the sun starting to peek out, so don't let yourself get too hot and need some refreshment.
Well, as you heard, that the game will be starting shortly, and we will be getting underway here as soon as possible. I would like to get this thing started quickly because with the threat of rain coming in this afternoon, I want to try and get as many games in as possible. Even though we only have 4 teams left in the tournament, that is Virginia, Alabama, North Carolina, and Prince George. North Carolina is the only team so far in the tournament that has not lost a game. And that is quite an accomplishment considering the talent that is coming through this field over the course of the last 5 days. And we're just trying to wait to see what's going on with the umpires. Let me see here for a second. Yeah, the Ponytails are playing right now, South Carolina versus Virginia, and I believe that is the final game for one of those. There are no more Ponytails to play, so I believe they are playing for a finish. But because the Dixie Bells and the still have 4 teams left, Virginia and Alabama is playing on this field in front of us, and North Carolina and Prince George will play on the field behind me after the Ponytail game is over between South Carolina and Virginia. So Virginia has a chance to have 2 teams in the finals.
Ladies and gentlemen, as our umpires make their way to the field, we have behind the plate Mr. Dan Jarrell. In the field, we have Mr. Milton Lawson and Mr. Justin Beagle. For this game, the Virginia State champions will be the visitors. The Alabama State champions will be the home team. Mr. Umpire, once your inspections are done, the field is yours.
There you go. The umpires are here waiting to go. They got to inspect all the equipment to make sure it's safe. We do not want anybody injured during this game due to faulty equipment. Really the only thing I've seen so far over the course of this tournament was some tape loose off on the handle. But that is an issue because if the grip is not proper and the batter swings and the bat flies, it could easily fly out to one of the players in the field and do some harm. In the Major League games of baseball, I've seen the bats flying all over the place, and they have these high screens set up so they can catch the bat. But in this case, we only have about a 8-foot fence, and that is really close to the foul lines, but the bat could easily fly over at one point and then do some damage if it goes into the crowd. But these batter's cage, or the backstop, is like a quarter of an orange or a grapefruit, and it encompasses from far left to far right about 12 feet high and maybe 8 feet off the back of the box. So when the ball is hit foul behind us, it is not far or difficult for the catcher to get the ball and pick it back up in case somebody wants to steal second or third. So that is the case. And as you saw, the umpires just walked by. They've done inspection with the Alabama team. They are now going on to the Virginia or Amherst, Virginia team. And they are checking all their equipment. And as the girls come out and pick up their batting helmets and the catcher gets her gear, they just want to make sure that the umpires want to make sure that everything's proper and in good order. So the safety of the players is paramount. That is the top priority is the safety of the players. No matter how much fun you want to have, no matter how much you want to win, no matter how much you want to beat the other team, safety for the players is the top protocol here. It would appear that blue is also checking for weighted bats. He looks at the grip, looks at the facing to make sure there's no cracks. He also swings it, and since you imagine they do this a lot, that a bat should weigh a certain amount, and they want to make sure that there's no added weights inside because nobody wants to cheat. All right, looks like blue is ready. So since Virginia is the away team, they will bat first. We'll have number 12, Nani Brown, lead off. She is the shortstop. Number 15, Bridget Jones in left field. She'll be second. And batting third, number 1, Emily Welch, behind the plate at catcher. We have the umpires gathering at home plate, talking the information to the both coaches, making sure that they know the rules, the regulations, and that there will be a pizza party afterwards. No, I'm not sure about that last one, so don't hold me to that. And, they said in discrepancy, everybody's going to stay inside their dugouts, and any issues will be addressed accordingly. And I think we just want to get this game started is what the coaches are saying. I mean, is a little bit of cloud cover coming back in. It's been cloudy most of the morning, but it's been a light cloud, so that's good. That's a good sign. That means rain is not on the way. But as we progress further, the clouds are getting a little darker as a butterfly just visits me underneath the tent here at the broadcasting table. I'd rather have a butterfly than a squirrel come and visit. The only reason is because squirrels have hands and they can start pulling cables. It looks like we're. All right, so it looks like Virginia is the away team, Alabama is the home team, and the umpire is just making sure that they know what's going on. All right, we're going to turn down the ambient sound and bring up my vocals here. All right. Alabama will start to do their practice round.
One team must lose, the other will win. So let's get started with this event. We will all play fair and give 100%. Let's play Dixie softball.
That is the Dixie softball creed. It is read every time before a game starts. It is to remind the players of what is the important part. The pitcher for Alabama is Beth Dixon. Her battery mate is Yaley McClendon. The wind is still blowing from right to left, first to third. And they are in full regalia. They are blowing, standing straight up. I figure it's about a good 10, 15 mile an hour wind at the top of the pole. But if the wind picks up even more, that means foul weather is on its way. Let me make sure we got everything here. Yep, Virginia, Alabama, top of the first. No outs, no calls on the count. And we're going about ready to go. So there we go. The Alabama players shake hands, wish each other luck, and then they assume their positions.
Leading off for the Virginia State champions, number 12, Nani Brown.
So as you heard, Nani Brown, the shortstop, number 12, is now in the position, the batter's box, to take a pitch. And the first pitch is fouled off and hits the umpire in the back of the back. That is just nonsense. That's just a way to start the game off. Poor umpire gets a hit in the back just below the neck and is ricocheted off the backstop. So now we have 0-1, and that is hit to shortstop, which gets passed under her glove. So Brown is on first base. So Brown leads off with a single past the shortstop of Alabama, and that is Kaylee Compton. Sorry about that. I just couldn't find the code for it. So we have number 15, Bridget Jones, and as Brown steals second. So Bridget Jones is at the plate. She's number 15. She's the left fielder for Amherst, Virginia. And that ball is low. McClendon gets up, forces Brown to get back to second. So the count now is 2-0. And the pitch delivered. Ball 3. No, it's not ball 4. So 3-0 to number 15, Bridget Jones. Brown at second, and Bridget Jones pops it up and out of bounds. So the count now is 3-1 to Jones. Brown goes back to second base. Oh, my apologies. I still had lifted at first. And the pitch from Dixon is delivered. That actually hit. That is a dead ball. It ricocheted off of Jones's left thigh. So Brown must go back to second base. So we have a hit batter. So now that we have second and first with no outs, we have number 1, Emily Welch, come to the plate. She is the catcher for Virginia. And that is strike. Both Brown and Jones take off. So that is third and second. So Brown's at third, Jones is at second, and Welch is at the plate. And it's strike 1 to Welch. No outs here in the top of the first. And that ball is hit into right field, just past it, reaching out of second baseman. Alabama is Brooke Horn. And both Brown and Jones score on the play. They are running like they were chasing the ice cream truck there. And Welch ends up at second.
With the runner on second, Addie Camden.
So it is 2-0 Virginia leading off. And Addie Camden is up. She's number 7. She is second baseman. And on the pass ball, Welch goes to third. So Emily Welch is now on third. Virginia leading 2-0. Alabama is yet to get to bat. But the count is 1-0 to Camden. No out still. And the pitch. Low ball 1 as it bounces off the plate in front of the catcher, Yaley McClendon. 2-0 the count to Camden. And the pitch, swing and a miss. Camden took a nice hack at that pitch. So as Dixon gathers his thoughts on the mound, delivers the pitch, and that is hit over into the right field and for a base hit. So Welch scores on that. Camden is at first. It just got out of the reach of the second baseman for Alabama, and that is Brooke Horn. And so the right fielder had to come in, Miley Long, to get that. So now the score is 3-0. Runner at first, Camden. Let me get these tacks back. Still nobody out. And Camden runs off to second when the ball is past the catcher. So we got one on a second, that's Camden. 1 ball, no strikes to the batter, which is Hunt. That's Reagan Hunt, number 3, the pitcher. She stands in and waits to deliver. And she lays down a perfect bunt. And third baseman comes over and throws it to first. And I'm waiting on the call from the umpire. And then the first baseman throws it to third. And I think that ball hit Camden in the head or in the face. Yeah, it looks like she got hit in the face, and she is not happy. So the runner, or the batter Hunt, is out. Yes, that was a 1-3 put out. Number 9, Carly Falls, the first baseman, will be coming to the plate, but the coaches are now huddled around Camden at third due to the fact that the throw from first to third was trying to get her out, had bounced and hit her in the face. It's the only unprotected part. Well, actually, there is a guard there, so I don't know how the ball could have hit her in the face, or maybe underneath the chin or the throat. But somehow, or maybe the helmet was starting to come off when she slid into third. Very possible, and that's when the ball hit her in the head. I do not want to speculate, but that looks like how it went. All right, so we have 1 out. Runner at third. The ball is fouled. No one can advance. So that is a strike. Take that ball off. And Camden stays in. She remains at third base. And Falls is at the plate. She lays down another try for a bunt, and it is a foul ball, strike 2. So here it is, 3-0 in the top of the first. Alabama is yet to bat, and the count is 0-2 to Carly Falls, the first baseman for Virginia. And the pitch, high, ball 1. And the wind has died down a little bit here finally. 1-2, 2-2. Falls does not chase after that offering. All right, we have 1 out in the top of the first. 3-0 Virginia. And Dixon ready to pitch. That is high again. Ball 3. 3-2. We got a full count here against Falls. Falls is waiting to. There we go. Falls is now back in the box, and Dixon delivers. That is a ball 4. Falls takes her takes her base on full count, or the base on balls. Yes, I'll get my tongue working properly. Okay, so we have Elena Robertson, number 5, one of the extra players. She is at the plate. And she's waiting the delivery from Dixon. And that is a low ball. She chases back, the third baseman chases back the runner at third. But when she throws, Compton throws to first base. That is a 5-3 put out. With 2 outs now. Falls and advances to second. Camden comes in. The third baseman, Janasia Cantlow. I mistakenly said Compton, but Cantlow looked back Camden to third, then through the first, and then when the ball was thrown to first, Camden ran home for another score, making it 4-0 here. Virginia over Alabama at this point. And now we have Thacker, number 4, Miranda Thacker, the third baseman, at the plate. The count is 1-1 with 2 outs here in the top of the first. And Virginia is leading 4-0 over Alabama. As a strike, the ball gets away. Falls, runs down to third, is safe. So now we have a count of 1-2, 2 outs. Thacker takes time. Oh no, I'm sorry, it was the catcher, McClendon, taking time. Equipment thing, and they got it fixed. So now the umpire calls ball and play, and let's go. And the pitch, swing and a miss. That's a strikeout, ending the inning. So that's 3 outs. Thacker is a K. And we will now go to the bottom of the first, where Alabama will be able to rebuttal the 4 runs scored by by Virginia in the top half of the first. So as we are now in the bottom of the first, Alabama is behind 4-0 to Virginia. Now the umpire goes out and cleans off the pitching mound, which is good. Okay. So now that Thacker is done, we're going to go off to the next inning for Alabama, which will lead off with number 37, Reese Garrett, center fielder. Batting second, number 24, Janasia Cantlow, third baseman. Batting third, number 11, Beth Dixon, the pitcher for Alabama. Looks like there's been a change. Beth Dixon. Oh, I'm sorry. Reagan Hunt is the pitcher for Amherst. I was about to say that was the Alabama team out there. Anyway, no. Reagan Hunt, the number 3, is the pitcher for. Oh, that's not correct because that's number 12. Who's number 12? Nani Brown. I have it listed as Nani Brown was starting as a shortstop, but she is now the pitcher. That's where the confusion is going on. So where's number 3 at? We got number 9, Falls. Carly Falls at first. Number 7 is Addie Camden. She's at second. And number 4 is Miranda Thacker. She's at third. So I don't know where they're putting Reagan Hunt, but she is no longer pitching. That is number 12 out there, Nani Brown. So we have number 37, Reese Garrett, at the plate now. She is Brown delivers a low ball. Low and outside. That's swing and a miss. Strike 1. So as Garrett steps out of the box, takes a couple swings, gather her thoughts. And here we go. And that pitch is down a third base line, but it is just foul. The third baseman was over the foul line when she touched it. And that brings the count to 1-2. Virginia is showing their moxie. They had lost earlier this morning with the rain delay that they were playing against North Carolina. And they've come back firing, scoring 4 in the top of the first. And that is a strikeout on Garrett for Alabama. So that is 1 out. So Virginia is playing like they have a chip on their shoulder. So Janeza, number 24, Janeza Cantlow, number 24, is the third baseman. She comes up to the plate, and it is ball 1. So with 1 out here in the bottom of the first, and the wind picking up again. Cantlow is in the box, swing and a miss, strike 1. Brown delivers. And ball 2. 2-1 to count to Cantlow. And the pitch. Low, ball 3. Brown looks a little upset of herself. She says she thinks her delivery is not where it should be, but she comes back and rocks again. That is strike 2. She is not wasting any time. She makes Cantlow get out of the box to slow it down a little. And that ball is hit down third baseline, foul. Count remains 3-2 with 1 out. Brown delivers. That ball is hit again down third baseman. The third base picks it up, throws it down to first. She is safe. She was pulled off the bag. Cantlow is safe at first. It would appear that the third baseman, Miranda Thacker, threw to the first baseman, Carly Falls, pulled her off. And Cantlow was able to race down there, safely making it to first. So it was still 4-0. Virginia leading Alabama with 1 out. And up at the plate now is number 11, Beth Dixon. She is the pitcher for Alabama. And the pitch. Ball 1 to Dixon. And the pitch. Popped up, going to out of play. Not able to be retrieved by anybody, but that is still a strike. And fouled back for strike 2. One and 2 to count to Dixon, and that is fouled back slowly to the backstop. Still remains 1 and 2. One out here in the bottom of the first. Again, fouled back. Count remains 1 and 2. And a delivery from Brown. That is belted into left field, but it looks like the left fielder there is going to get it. That is Bridget Jones. She got under it and caught it for the second out. So Dixon is retired to the fly out to left field.
Number 22, Callie Compton.
And we have 2 outs here. Callie Compton, the shortstop, number 22, is at the plate now. The pitch from Brown is belted in between this diving shortstop and third baseman. And now Brown is going over to third on the play. Safe. I'm sorry, not Brown, Cantlow. Cantlow is now at third. Compton is at second. So when the ball was hit down to the third baseline, and the ball was thrown back into the field. Compton was rounding second, and Cantlow was taking off for third. So now 2 on. So we got 2 on, second and third. Cantlow on third, Compton at second. And with 2 outs, ball 1 to Griffin, to Haley Griffin, number 97. She is the first baseman. 2-0 the count now. And the chanting continues. 2-0 the count. Swing and a miss to Griffin. So the count is 2-1. 2 outs in the bottom of the first. And that ball is struck right between the second and third baseman again. Shortstop, second, third and short. The shortstop was able to stop the ball from going into the field, but the ball rolled out of her glove, allowing Cantlow to score. Compton is at second. Griffin is at first. And up to the plate is number 2, Julianne Meyer, the left fielder for Alabama. And the pitch from Brown. Just waiting on there we go, it's a ball. Let me get that out of there. All right, still 2 outs, count 1-0 to Meyer. And the pitch from Brown. Strike, says the umpire emphatically, evening out the count to 1-1. All right, as Meyer steps back into the box, awaiting the pitch from Brown. Fouls it off, bringing the count to 1-2. Brown moves around, kicks dirt on the pitching rubber. Meyer gets back in the box. Brown wants to deliver. And that ball is hit over the first baseman's head, but it is foul. So Meyer will get back in the box, and the count will remain 1-2. Cloud line's getting a little darker here. Ball is hit over to the right field and is caught as the right fielder, Maddie Siemens, catches the ball as she crosses into foul territory for the final out. And the score is 4-1. Virginia leading over Alabama as we go to the top of the second. So we are now on the top of the second with Alabama trailing Virginia 4-1. And anybody keeping score, Meyer flew out to right field for that's an F9 if you're keeping score. All right, as we go to the second inning for Virginia, we have number 55, Haven Tyree, center fielder, coming to bat first. Number 25, Serenity Diener, followed by number 17, Maddie Siemens, the right fielder. As the games get closer to the end, we have like 4 teams now involved, and we can play 3 or 4 games depending on what happens with North Carolina later. They are the only undefeated team at this point. So if Virginia continues on and beats Alabama, they will face the winner of the North Carolina, I believe Prince George. One moment. Yes, it is Prince George. So but if Prince George pulls the upset and beats North Carolina, then the winner of this game and that game will play tomorrow. They said they want the teams rested, but we'll see. You never know with the weather. You might want to change that and just get it all done with today if it stays dry. So we'll see what happens. But either way, right now we're here in the top of the second with Virginia coming to the coming to bat. It is 4-1 Virginia over Alabama, and number 55 Haven Tyree is coming to the plate. And the pitcher is still Beth Dixon. on the mound. And the pitch. And ball is bounces off the head of the catcher into the backstop for ball one. And the chanting continues. Low ball two, Tyree. I really find Haven's first name, unique. Not strange, but just unique. Havin. That's a strike on Tyree. I just want to look that up and see where the spelling of that, the origin has come. So it's 2-1 to Tyree. And Dixon gets into the mound and ready to deliver the pitch. That's a swing and a miss by Tyree, bringing the count even, 2-2. All right, Dixon delivers. Fouled off by Tyree. Count remains 2-2. Tyree does some stretching exercises. And the pitch. Strike three. Tyree is caught looking for the first out. Dixon delivered it right down the center. Tyree wasn't expecting it there, so one out now here in the top of the second.
25, Serenity Diener.
All right, Serenity Diener, number 25, is now at the plate. Does a quick glance down to the coach. And that is ball one high. Dixon steps back onto the mound and rocks and delivers. That's a strike right down the middle. Dixon delivers. That ball is hit to the shortstop, who picks up the ball and throws it over the first base, easily getting Dixon out. Or I'm sorry, Deanna out. Diener. I'll get it. Serenity Diener. Apologies to her family. I make sure I get these things right. But that was a 6-3 put out by the Alabama shortstop, Kaylee Compton, who throws it over to Haley Griffin. So now that we have two outs here in the top of the second, seems like everybody's starting to settle into their groove. And that ball is batted by Maddie Siemens, the right fielder, number 17. So that's a strike one. Oh, 1 to Siemens. Dixon rocks and delivers the pitch. That's outside, ball one. Dixon gets back out on the mound, throws the ball, and Siemens bunts down the first base side. Third baseman picks it up, who is Miranda Thacker. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Third baseman for Alabama is Janaza Cantlish, throws down to first baseman Haley Griffin for the third and final out. So no runs, no hits, no errors, no stains or anything of any kind left. The score now is 4-1 Virginia over Alabama. I want to take this time to thank everybody for tuning in to the JockJive Sporting Network. Either you're watching it on the website or going to YouTube and watching it there. We greatly appreciate it. This is Trey James, the broadcaster announcer for this game and for half of this tournament. Robert Williamson, my partner in crime over there, is taking care of the other game at this time. It's North Carolina and Prince George. So, I'm sorry, they're still doing the ponytail game. Let's see, the ponytail game was South Carolina and Virginia. So Virginia has a chance to get both their ponytails and Dixies into the World Series finals. Nani Brown is still pitching for Virginia. We have number 9, Brooke Horn at the plate. And following Miss Horn is number 10, Mary Holland Stevens, and batting third, number 5, Miley Long, the right fielder. So Horn steps back in on the plate. The count is 0-1 to her. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Seems that Nani Brown is not fooling around when it comes to her throws. The speed of her pitches is pretty much on the high end. That's low ball 2, or low ball 1. 1-2 to count to Horn. And the pitch, that is batted up to the shortstop, number 3. Number 3, Reagan Hunt, is at third, or shortstop, so I'm going to put her down there. There we go. Okay, we got that covered. All right, so Brooke Horn pops up to shortstop, Reagan Hunt for the unassisted. So Stevens steps into the plate. Mary Holland Stevens, number 10. Ball 1 to her. Let me clear this one for that. Add an out. There we go. That is a gopher ball, 2-0. And the pitch. That is popped up to between the center fielder and the right fielder, and somebody didn't communicate with each other because that ball popped out. They almost collided. Stevens is safe at first. The center and right fielder for Virginia were not communicating, and that would have been Haven Tyree and Maddie Siemens. But to be honest, it is kind of loud here with everybody chanting. So as we go back to the game, Miley Long, number 5, is at the plate and accepts a ball from the pitcher, Nani Brown. So we still have 1 out. And the pitch from Brown, swinging and a miss. And the pitch. And that is bunted down third base line out of bounds. Foul. Whenever you hear the term foul ball, I always think it's a chicken ball. Old dad joke. Pitch from Brown is in the dirt, bringing the count to 2-2. Miley Long waits for the pitch. It comes in low. Full count. Stevens still at first. Has not had an opportunity to steal second yet. And Stevens goes down to first, or goes down to second because Long has drawn a walk. But I don't think Stevens knew that was happening because she had her head down running. She didn't realize it was ball 4. So now with Stevens and Long on base, we got number 4, Yeli McClendon, the center fielder, or the catcher, my apologies, the catcher. at the plate. And the count is 0-1 to McClendon. Brown delivers another low dirt ball. So that's 1-1. One ball, one strike, one out here in the top of the second. That is considered a ball by the umpire. We have Stevens at second, Long at first, McClendon at the plate. And the pitch is hit back to the pitcher who Brown just nonchalantly just snags the ball and then rifles it over to the first baseman, Carly Falls. But the Stevens and Long advance, so that would be a 1-3 put out, but you could consider it a sacrifice, but that's not. That was no real sacrifice. That ball was rifled. It appears that there's going to be an intentional walk to load the bases to keep the. Well, I don't even understand that because the double plays in order, but there's already 2 outs. But there's an intentional walk, so Brown, Mary Clark Brown, number 26, is now on first. And Garrett, number 37, Reese Garrett, will come to the plate after some discussion by the Virginia. No, wait a minute, what happened? They're acting like the inning's over. Oh, no, never mind. They're getting back out there. It just looked like everybody was going back into their, and yeah. No, wait a minute. Hold on for a second. I'm going to get a report on this. I don't know how the third out occurred, so hold on.
How the third out occurred? How the third out occurred? Oh, that was the other. Okay.
All right. Here we go. This is the reason what had happened. Since Alabama only has 11 batters and Garrett was going to be the top of the order, they have to sacrifice they need 12. That's the whole thing. They need 12. And I was looking at this earlier and I only saw that Alabama had 11 players and I didn't think it was going to be an issue. But you must have 12 players in the batting lineup, not in the field, but in the lineup. So since they had gone down to batter number 11 and she got the first, and they had no 12th batter, that is an official out. So that ended the inning and brings it to the top of the third with the score 4-1, Virginia over Alabama. That hurt because they had a rally going. They looked like they were going to score some more runs. But yeah, the fact that they only had 11 batters. Yeah, they sacrificed the 12th batter for an out. That's a shame. That kind of like tore apart the continuity of the inning where they could have kept going because they were coming up to the top of the order. But either way, so Alabama now is in the field. They will start off at the top of the order in the next inning, or the bottom of the third when they get back up. But now it is number 2, Megan Tweedy, will be leading off in the top of the third, followed by number 12, Nani Brown, and after her will be number 15, Bridget Jones, the left fielder. All right, so we're good to go with that. Now everything's been explained, mostly to me, but I'm glad I was able to pass on the information to the viewers. You deserve to know what happened. Looks like the Alabama catcher, Yellow McClendon, took a ripper in the hand. And the coach is coming over to check her. Yeah, she tried catching the ball with her hand because it bounced up there. but she seems to be okay. Oh, the pitcher Dixon kissed her fingers and then put her fingers on McClendon's hand to kiss the boo-boo.
Number 2, Megan Tweedy.
All right, we're in the top of the third with Virginia leading 4-1 over Alabama. And number 2, Megan Tweedy, is coming to the plate. She is one of the extra players for Virginia. And the ball is low. Oh, my apology. That was a strike. Did look a little low, but I'm at a different angle, so. 0-1 to Tweedy. She lays a bunt down, but it hits the plate and backwards. Nice snag by McClendon, but it's still a strike. 0-2. And the pitch is low and gets away from McClendon. There's thankfully nobody on base. And it's ball 1. And the pitch, high, ball 2. Dixon had a rising speeder on that one. And the pitch from Dixon to Tweedy. Strike 3, caught looking. That is a strikeout for the first out.
Now back to the top of the lineup.
Tweedy goes down on strikes.
12, Nani Brown.
That brings up Nani Brown. Dixon gets on the pitching rubber and delivers to Brown. That's a forceful strike. I don't think Brown was expecting such a speeder to come in. And the pitch from Dixon, it's fouled off. Out of play, strike 2. Like I said earlier, this is an elimination game. Either team, Alabama or Virginia, whichever one loses, will be going home. And the winner will go into the finals. And since both teams already has one loss, they will be eliminated either in this game or next game, the final game. But North Carolina, that's a different story. That ball is belted out to center field, but it looked like it was being tracked. It did not get there in time. The center fielder for Alabama did not get there in time. And time is called. The center fielder for Alabama, Haven Tyree, was running to save her life to catch that ball, but it was too far out of her reach. So Nani Brown is racing around the bases. She is now at third base with a sliding triple. So Bridget Jones is now at the plate. Number 15, the left fielder, Bridget Jones. She is trying to drive in Nani Brown to bring another score in. And the ball is bunted and still in the batter's box, hits back up onto Jones's leg. So that is a foul ball. So the count is now 1-1. Sorry, I didn't record that first ball. But the count is 1-1 with Brown at third, Jones at the plate. Jones steps into the box, awaiting the pitch from Dixon. And the pitch is strike two. Caught the upper corner of that, the strike zone. 1-2 to count to Jones with one out here in the top of the third. And the pitch from Dixon is fouled back. Count remains 1-2. Dixon keeps firing them in there, one right after another. And the delivery, high ball two. Sometimes you got to figure they got to give throwaway pitches, see if the batter will chase, make them work themselves out. It's like a chess game between the pitcher and the batter. And the pitch from Dixon, low dirt ball. Here comes the play at the plate. And Brown is safe from the passed ball. Brown is safe from the passed ball. So the count now is 3-2 to Jones. And since it's a passed ball, Jones does not get the RBI. One out, 3-2, nobody on the base pass. And that ball is belted to right field. And the right fielder, Matty Siemens, was able to get the ball. So now it's 2 outs here. Nobody on. So if you're keeping score at home, that was a F9.
Now
Fly out to
number
9.
one, starting catcher, Emily Welch.
All right, Emily Welch is now the batter. She is the, wow, that went really far. Too bad it was foul. That's strike one. But the, excuse me, number one, Emily Welch, the catcher for Virginia, is at the plate. Score 5-1 with the count 0-1, 2 outs, and that ball is popped up to the backstop. McClendon throws the ball back to Dixon. Welch is out on the left, and now she's back in the box. Two outs, 0-2 the count. And ball bounces up there for ball one. And a delivery from Dixon. Strike three. That is a strikeout on Welch. Dixon throws the ball right by her on the outside corner. So even though it was a quicker inning than the first inning, Virginia was still able to get a run in. So now the score is 5-1, going to the bottom of the third. Very exciting game so far. Good defense on most parts on both teams, and then Alabama will be coming to the plate with number 37, Reese Garrett, center fielder, number 24, Janaza Cantlow, the third baseman, and number 11, Beth Dixon, the pitcher, will be starting this off. I want to thank everybody here for joining us here at JockJive Sports Entertainment. We are at the complex here at Prince George County, sorry, a little dyslexic there. Prince George County, Virginia, We are at the Grayson P. Austin Field. And we are at the tail end of this tournament for the Dixie Bells and the Ponytails. And it's been longer than what it's supposed to be because of the rain. Mother Nature has not been behaving herself. But we are getting through it with the patience of everybody. And as the catcher for Virginia, Addie Camden, throws the ball down to second base, we will now start the bottom of the third with Reese Garrett coming to the plate. As Nani Brown delivers, that ball is batted down past the third baseman Thacker's glove and past the shortstop's glove as well into into the left field. So Garrett is safe at first with a single.
Janasia Cantlow.
So Janasia Cantlow is now at the plate, and that is a strike call. Oh, 1 to Cantlow. And the pitch is bunted down the third base line, foul for strike 2. And they got more chanting going on, a little singing. They have a collection of them. That ball is smacked in the right field, but caught by Virginia's right fielder, Maddie Siemens, who throws it to first base. And the first baseman, Carly Falls, cannot cannot receive the ball properly. So it got away from her. So Garrett moves up to second. So Cantlow flies out to right field. So that's F9 if you're keeping score at home. So now we have Beth Dixon, number 11, the pitcher, coming in, and she drives it straight back to the pitcher, who throws it over to the first baseman, Carly Falls. The pitcher was Nani Brown. She picks up fielding very, very well out there on the mound is Nani Brown. So Dixon is retired on a 1-3 putout.
Now batting number 22.
And now batting is number 22, Kelly Compton. The shortstop, Kaylee Compton, is now batting. And we got some warm air being blown pretty hard here right now. I just felt a warm breeze go across my chest from this. So right now we have Garrett at third, Reese Garrett at third base. Alabama threatening to score here with 2 outs. Sorry, I didn't even get them up yet. 2 outs, and it's count is 1-1. Sometimes you get so excited that you forget to do the work here. But it's 1-1 and 2 outs. See, normally the broadcast, you hear them speak and all that, it seems like they're handling everything very well, but because they have a team of like 4, 5, 6 people behind the scenes that you don't see. Strike 2 to Compton. Kaylee Compton called strike 2. But seriously, he's like, I'm a Phillies fan. I'm born and raised in Philadelphia, but I live in Georgia now, so a lot of the Atlanta fans don't like me too well, but they get along with it. That is ball 2 to Compton. But, I know some of the announcers over there, Tom McCarthy and Ruben Amaro, the rest of them and everything. And you got to see the team behind them. And that ball is popped up to the shortstop. And that is Reagan Hunt who received that for the third and final out. So here we are going to the bottom of the fourth. I'm sorry, the top of the fourth. Yeah, right, top of the fourth. So Compton pops out to shortstop, so that is a either a pop-up 6 or a 6 unassisted, which I'll put. And we'll go on to the next inning, the bottom of the inning. So we're going to the top of the 5th. Excuse me, top of the 4th. I'm getting ahead of myself. All right, so top of the 4th, we will have number 7, Addie Camden, the catcher. She is followed by number 3, Reagan Hunt, the shortstop, and number 9, Carly Falls, the first baseman. And then so on and so forth after that. But it'll be Camden, Hunt, and Falls in that order. We seem to have a new pitcher here for Alabama. And as soon as I get her number, I'll be able to tell who it is. Oh no, Dixon is still in. I thought maybe she had her mask off and didn't recognize it was a mask off. It looks like they had a new pitcher coming in, but no, Dixon is still pitching. She's just doing her warm-ups. My apologies. And then Compton throws the ball down to second base to signify that they are ready. And the umpire gets another clean plate award. Should that be a participation award or just a clean plate award? I'll talk to Blue later. All right, as we get situated here at the top of the 4th, score is 5-1, Virginia over Alabama.
Number 7.
We got number 7.
Camden.
Addie Camden. And the pitch is hit back directly to the pitcher, Dixon, who throws it over to first baseman. Here we got Haley Griffin. I'm not calling Griffin's name much today. My apologies to their family, but Haley Griffin is the first baseman right now.
Coming to the plate, number 3.
Oh, no, actually, no, that's number 26. Who's number 26? That's Mary Clark Brown. She swapped out Griffin. So now Mary Clark Brown is playing first base. And the pitch is swing and a miss. So we got 1 out, 1 strike, nobody on. There we go, we're all even now, all's right with the world. And the pitch from Dixon, swing and a miss. Even though dropped by the catcher, that's okay because it's not for the 3rd strike. And the wind is definitely picking up again. This time it feels cooler, but there was a rush of warm wind. We're going to get it soon. It was warm air and cold air mixing together is not good. Ball 1 to Camden. All right, Dixon looks at her forearm band. It gives her an idea what to throw. And the pitch, swing and a miss, strikes out. Camden strikes out swinging for 2 outs now.
To the plate, number 9.
I think everybody's settling down now. The first inning was a little wild, and now everybody is starting to settle in. So if you took the first inning out, Virginia 4 runs wouldn't count, so it'd be 1-1. But because everybody's nerves were up and everybody was all excited, we're doing well though. Virginia's a very good team, and they jumped on Alabama at the appropriate time just to get their run. So it was a good jumping off point. So kudos to Virginia. Okay, the count is 1-0 to Falls. Number 9, Carly Falls, swing and a miss. That's 1-1 to count. Okay, as Dixon looks into her, Beth Dixon, she looks into her wrist and decides what pitch to throw. Falls has stepped out of the box. Now she's back in. Counts 1-2. That ball's high. It was a little release was a little late on that. So it's 2-2. Sorry about that. So 2 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and that has popped up. Count remains 2-2. Nobody on. At least they got an invisible person on it. Nope, nobody there. You know, the best way to find an invisible person, just throw dirt or sand in the air. That'll catch them. And the pitch from Dixon is low, ball 3. You can also get a paint gun and or a water gun and load it with paint and spray it out. That'll coat them. I watch too many science fiction movies. How to find that invisible person. I doubt it'll ever come up in your life, but you never know. Be prepared. And the pitch from Dixon is popped up. Comes straight back down. Count remains 3-2. The velocity of that ball was hit at, I'm sure there's a small dent in it. 3-2 says Blue. And the pitch from Dixon. He was hoping Falls would chase that, but that is ball 4. Ball 4 now. Falls goes to first.
Number 5, Elena
Robertson comes to the bat now. So with 1 on, 2 outs, score 5-1 Virginia over Alabama. Robertson comes to the plate, and she waits for Dixon's delivery. That's swing and a miss, strike 1. And the chin, strike 2, ball, the strike 2, the ball was inside, but it was right on the edge of the plate. Caught the inside corner is what I was trying to say. 0-2 to Robertson, 2 outs. Dixon winds and delivers. Swing and a miss. That is the inning. So we will go to the bottom of the 4th. All right, as we go to the bottom of the 4th, we have number 97, Haley Griffin, coming to the plate, number 2, Julianne Meyer, and number 9, Brooke Horn, in that order. And as the cheers go up from the Alabama team to try and cause encouragement, Nani Brown is still pitching for Virginia, doing a fine job so far. And as the catcher for Virginia throws the ball down to second base, that's Emily Welch behind the plate, by the way. And we will start the bottom of the 4th. And the wind is now picking up to where it is blowing in from center field directly to home plate. So Haley Griffin, number 97, steps into the plate, waiting delivery from Nani Brown. That is high, ball 1. In the sky. Let's go. And a chance. Strike 1 right down the pike from Brown.
Up to bat 97, Haley Griffin.
The announcer was slacking off. That's strike 2 to Griffin. The announcer was probably busy over there. And the pitch from Brown, low, ball 2. Griffin steps back in. And the pitch is belted up top, over to the left. Third baseman is over, and the wind carries it. If it wasn't for the wind, it would have stayed in play. But the ball is blown out of bounds past the fence, so third baseman for Virginia, Miranda Thacker, could not retrieve the ball. So that brings Griffin back to the plate. The count remains 2-2 with no outs here in the bottom of the fourth. And that pitch is delivered for a foul ball. Again, the count remains 2-2. I don't know if you can hear the wind off of my mic, but it is starting to blow more. And the pitch fouled off. I swear these ricochets are god-awful fast. It's like Griffin just hit it up into the top of the backstop, and it ricocheted a 45 coming back down almost twice the speed. And that ball was rifled into left field, and it was falling in for a base hit. Griffin is on first base after all that. So she is safe at first. And now number 2, Julianne Meyer. I wanted to do that in sync so everybody heard at the same time. So we have left fielder number 2, Julianne Meyer, at the plate. She popped out her first time up, and that was back in the first inning to right field. And Meyer is now set in, and that is, I don't know what that call was, up ball 1. Let me get that out. So there's no outs, runner at first. And Meyer steps back in. She pops it up to right field. The right fielder, Maddie Siemens, gets the ball for first out. The wind is blowing hard, so it is like she repeats her performance of flying out to right field, so she's consistent. Number 9, Brooke Horn, is now at the plate. She popped up to the shortstop last time. And the pitch now is driven to right field over the first baseman's head and in between the right fielder. So Griffin moves up to second. Horn is now safe at first. And there is one out here in the bottom of the fourth.
Now batting number 10, Mary Holland Stevens.
So number 10, Mary Holland Stevens, is at the plate. Still one out. Low, ball 1. All right, so 1-0 to Stevens. And the pitch from Brown is, double play. That is the reaction of Nani Brown, was able to get the ball that was driven straight back. She's shocked. She is in a state of shock right now. That ball was driven back to her. She put her glove up, snagged it, and Horn was caught off base, and she throws it over to the first baseman. Get that, Haley Brown. And so, I'm sorry, Haley Griffin. No, I'm looking at the wrong team. That's why it's wrong. Carly Falls, the first baseman. So they are caught off. So Griffin's left at second. Horn got doubled off at first, and Stevens hit into a twin kill, 1-3. That was a shot, a rocket off of Stevens' bat. But Brown was able to snag it. I mean, it just went right by her head, and she had her glove right where it was supposed to be. And then she was shocked and then threw the ball over to first, realizing that Horn was way off. So now we're going to the top of the fifth. And just a reminder that the Bells have 7 innings, Ponytails have 6. But we are now in the top of the 5th for Alabama. Running out of chances here to make a comeback, but Virginia is showing the kind of team they are and keeping the pressure on, just as any good team should. So the batting order for the top of the 5th for Virginia will be number 4, Miranda Thacker. She's the third baseman. Number 55, Haven Tyree, the center fielder. And number 25, Serenity Diener. And if they get on, any one of those get on, it'll be number 17, Siemens, and number 2, Tweedy after that. And as the Alabama players infield gather together at the mound, give each other encouragement, high fives, and fours, and
leading off for Virginia.
And the umpire
number
gets another
4,
clean plate award.
Miranda Thacker.
So here we are in the top of the 5th. Miranda Thacker comes to the plate, number 4. She is the third baseman for the team. And Dixon delivers a low gopher ball to the catcher, McClendon. And Dixon says, I don't like this ball, let's get another one. And the umpire obliges and sends it on its way. Want to know the count to Thacker. Steps back in. Dixon's back up on the mound. Rocks and delivers. That is a foul ball. So the count is 1-1. Pitch from Dixon, slows it up, does not make it to the plate fully, so it is a ball. Two and one to count to Thacker. And the pitch. Low ball 3. Three and one. Here comes the pitch from Dixon. That's ball 4. Thacker takes a walk. Going on a free ride down to first base.
Now batting number 55. Haven Tyree.
Virginia looking to add to their lead. Score is 5-1 over Alabama. Maybe somebody needs to bring that banana out for luck. Start squeezing it. Here's the odds. Making it squeak. Ball 1 to Tyree. No, that's not correct. Yes, it is correct. Haven Tyree, the center fielder. Strike 1 to Tyree. Sometimes you second guess yourself up here. All right, 1-1 ball is thrown over to the first base to see if they can catch Thacker off guard, but no avail. Tyree steps back into the box with a 1-1 count on her. And Dixon delivers. Strike 2 to Tyree. That just caught the outside of the plate. Tyree looks down to Coach Caleb, and now she's back in the box almost. There you go. Dixon delivers. Foul back. Foul back. And the count remains 1-2 to Tyree. Dixon's like, I want to get this pitch in. Let's go. Delivery. That is a soft pitch. Oh, the shortstop gobbles the ball. Shortstop bobbles the ball when her attempt to throw it to second. And there was no time to throw to Tyree, or the first baseman to get Tyree out, so everybody's safe. So that's 2 on, no outs. And that has to definitely be an error
number
on
25,
the shortstop for Alabama, Kaylee Compton. All right, we got number 25, Serenity Diener at the plate. She squares and bunts the ball back to the third baseman, who takes it down to third base, and Diener is out. So that is a 5-3 putout, while Thacker and Tyree move up to their respective second and third bases. So Thacker is at third, Tyree is at second. Diener did a sacrifice bunt, and now we have Maddie Siemens coming to the plate. Let me adjust this here. There we go, and we have no outs here in the top of the fifth. Virginia looking to pad their lead. Want to know to Siemens here in the top of the fifth. 1 out. That was due to the sacrifice by Diener. So Siemens brings the bat back. She's now 2-0. Virginia's got him on at second and third. Siemens, the last time Siemens was up, she grounded out to the shortstop. Siemens looks to get ready, and Dixon is about to deliver. And Siemens lays the bunt down in fair territory, is thrown out at first. The ball comes back down to the home plate. Thacker scores. Virginia adds on. Tyree goes to third. Siemens does a sac bunt. So now the score is 6-1 Virginia. So on the sac bunt by Siemens, brought in Thacker from third. Tyree went to from second to third. And now the score is 6-1, Virginia leading Alabama. And now we have Tweedy coming to the plate, number 2, Megan Tweedy. 2 outs here. That's fouled off. Megan Tweedy fouls off, and it looks like the ponytail game is over on the other side. I don't know who won or lost, but that game is over. So Prince George and North Carolina will be starting shortly, probably in the next 15 minutes. That ball is belted out to right center field. No, the right fielder could not catch the ball. Miley Long dove to try and get it. Could not, which drives in Tyree. So Tweedy is on first, now second. So Tweedy is on second. Tyree scores. That brings up the score 7-1. So Nani Brown is now coming to the bat. So with Tweedy's drive to right center field allows Tyree to score. Still have 2 outs here. And that ball is dropping foul. So Brown pops a foul behind the first baseman. So it's a long, exciting strike. All right, Brown's in the box, waiting to pitch from Dixon. The ball goes back to Dixon. Dixon throws over to the first baseman. I'll get it right. Carly Falls. No, I'm sorry, that's the wrong team. First baseman Mary Clark Brown, number 26, Mary Clark Brown received the ball from the pitcher Beth Dixon to end the inning. So that is it for that. But Virginia scores 2 runs in the top of the 5th to extend their lead. So we are now heading into the bottom of the 5th. The door is slightly closing on Alabama at this point. They have 9 more outs to go before their game is over, but they will continue to try and push forward and score the runs needed to at least tie or surpass Virginia. But the way Virginia's playing right now, that's an uphill climb. And I will be back right after this.
Back in, you're going to center. Go to center. That completes it, correct?
How many innings is this pitcher left to pitch in the game? That part of it. Yeah. That is not my job. I'm sure the commissioners will be check that.
Anybody else?
You're keeping
Thank
track
you.
of the innings pitched by the pitchers, correct? Counselor or commissioner? Are you keeping track of the pitchers? No, the scorekeepers are. You can check the scorekeepers.
Now batting number 5, Marty Long.
I see you moving, ladies. I see you moving. Here we go.
All right, as we start the bottom of the 5th for Alabama comes to the bat. The number 5, Miley Long, comes to the plate. She has 1 strike on her. There was a conversation going on, and they were checking to see the amount of innings pitched by the individual pitchers over the course of the tournament. So the question was asked to me, and I said I don't know because I don't keep track of that. And that is strike 2 to the count is 1 and 2 to Long. So the scorekeepers do that, but they are limited to the amount of innings allowed. I think it's 17 innings from what the gentleman was saying. I'm not sure. Don't count me on that. But they don't want to overwork these girls, so they are limited in the amount of.
Right on the umpire, right behind him.
That's 2-2. But yeah, so they were just the inquiry of how many innings they're allowed to pitch. So anyway, so we have Miley Long, number 5, the right fielder for Alabama at the plate, trying her best to get on to the base so they can get some runs. That is their number 1 priority, get runs. And that ball is belted to left field, falling in front of the left fielder for Amherst, Virginia, and that is Bridget Jones who throws the ball in. But Long is now on first base. That brings the Alabama dugout to life.
Yaley McClendon.
So you have number 4, Yaley McClendon, the catcher for Alabama. She gets into the box and waits on Brown's delivery, which is low and inside for ball 1. And that pitch is belted over the right, into right field, is bobbled by the right fielder, Virginia. And so Long moves up to second base. McClendon is now on first, and that'll bring up number 26, Mary Clark Brown, the first baseman for Alabama.
Number 26, Mary Clark Brown.
And that is fouled back. Oop, let me take that ball off. That doesn't belong there. All right, so we get the strike up. What the heck? Oh, I'm hitting it. There we go. Okay, so we have no outs. Count 0-1 to Brown. And so we have Brown versus Brown. Sounds like a court case to me. So 1-1 the count now. Brown is now about to pitch to Brown. She does it back to the pitcher who gets to the second baseman who dives and gets the ball but cannot handle it because he's in frozen rope. So now we have bases loaded. Brown hits off Brown, which sends McClendon to second and Long to third. So anyway, now that that's over with and settled down, we go back to the next batter, which will be number 37, Reese Garrett, who is the center fielder for Alabama. So all right, we have strike one on Garrett. Strike two on Garrett. And that is poked foul. Garrett stays alive. The scoreboard says we have one out. I'm not sure where that one out came from. That's strike three on Garrett.
Now batting number
That brings out one
24,
out.
Janasia Cantwell.
All right, number 24, Janasia Cantlow is up now. Count 0-0 to her. That's strike one. I'm not sure where they're getting that second out from. That's inside ball one. Bases loaded still. Ball two. And that ball bounced off the plate. Strike two. So the count is 2-2. We should have Long at third, McClendon at second, Brown at first, one out, but it's saying we have two outs on the board. And the count is 2-2. And that ball is fouled off. Low ball three. I'm trying to verify that is Long at third. Ball is lightly hit. There's a force out at the home. That is Long, who just came in. All right, I can't say anything, but Long is forced out at home. But I don't know where the third out came from, where the second out came from, because Long led off, followed by McClendon, followed by Brown, followed by Garrett, followed by Cantlow. And that is Cantlow hit a bouncer at the plate, and that took out Long at the plate for the force. So she was supposed to go down there. Cantlow was supposed to go down. I'm going to get I want to talk to somebody about this. But I can't officially do anything because I'm just a broadcaster. If the team or the managers and coaches don't notice it, I can't do anything about it. But I'm just trying to figure it out myself. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I just I can't say anything. I'm not allowed. So all I know is that if neither coach catches a mistake being made, then they can't do anything about it. But to my count, 5 batters came to that, and 3 were on base. Garrett strikes out. Cantlow fouls out or bounces the ball to where it forces a second out at plate for Long, and there was really only 2 outs. Anyway, my apologies. I just don't like to see errors affect games, and that definitely would have affected the game. So let me get back to the game itself here. It's top of the 6th. Ball 1, strike 1 to the batter, which is Jones. Okay, so Jones is at the plate. Bridget Jones. And she lays a bump down. It is foul. It did not leave the batter's box. So that makes the count 1 and 2. Well, now I know what goes, all the other broadcasters go through when they see something like that. Anyway, count is 3 and 2. I really need to get my head back into this game on this. No outs. Dixon hits the. Brown hits the ball back to Dixon. Goes under her glove. The shortstop, number 10. Mary Holland Stevens comes across and grabs the ball and tries to throw to first, but she'd already noticed that Brown is already, Jones is already at first base, so she holds on to it wisely. Now we have number 1, Emily Welch, the catcher for Virginia, moving on to trying to get back to 0-1 to count right now. I've had a person trying to come up and explain to me something was going on, but we're in the middle of the inning, and I cannot listen to people as I'm in the middle of the inning. Do it during the middle of the inning, when the inning is over, when there's no action going on. I'm missing the plays. This is my job. I'm supposed to be calling about what's on the field. So now the count is 1-1 with 1 out, and I'm trying to see if there's anybody on base. No, there does not appear to be anybody on base. So with 1 out, 1 ball, 1 strike to Welch. But I can't have people coming up and talk to me while I'm on the line, while I'm broadcasting, trying to explain something to me. And I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that they're trying to explain. I'm not trying to say that Virginia is cheating. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm trying to do is that if you're going to have something to say it to me between the innings. That's all I ask. That is fouled back. Leaves a count 1-2. I am in no way, shape, or form saying that Virginia is cheating. I am saying the error was actually on the, from what my point is, the scorekeeper. That is where the error is occurring. Not on Virginia, not on Alabama, but on the scorekeeper. That's where I believe, and that is, again, my belief is where the error was occurring, on the scorekeeping, not on the team. So whoever's listening, that is the case, and that is how I feel about what is going on. I'm not saying that Virginia is cheating, not in any way, shape, or form. Count is 2-2 here. Dixon delivers. Welch pops it up to the center fielder, who comes in and grabs the ball for Alabama. Grabs the ball. That is center fielder Reese Garrett. So now we have 2 outs.
Now stepping into the batter's box, number 7, Addie Camden.
Score is still 7-1, Virginia over Alabama. We have Camden at the bat. Addie Camden is at the plate. She is the catcher for Virginia, Virginia. So with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th, coach for Alabama takes a timeout, wants to give Dixon a break, give her a little encouragement and talk. So the count is 0-1 to Camden. What are we waiting on now? All right, everything seems to be getting back in order, so Camden gets back in the box. Dixon is back on the mound. Count 0-1 with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Oh and 2. And it would appear that South Carolina beats Virginia in the finals. South Carolina wins the Ponytail World Series, so there you go. South Carolina 5, Virginia 0 in the final of the Ponytail Division World Series. So congratulations to South Carolina for winning the Ponytail World Series division. And that is a ground out to first base. So for 3 outs, we are now going to the bottom of the 6th. So Camden is now out. What was that, 1-3, I guess it was? All right, anyway, we're going to go to the bottom of the 6th.
It was spinning right there in the leg. By the time you got to it, you kind of fell down. You stuck with it.
I'm going to step away from the mic here for a second. I got to get some stuff taken care of, so I'll be right back. You're watching JockJive Sports, the 2024 Dixie Softball World Series Championship here in Prince George County, Virginia, at the Grayson P. Austin Fields.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is a white Chevrolet with Michigan plates EQX 9360. Currently, you are parked in the fire lane and your vehicle needs to be moved ASAP. That is a white Chevrolet with a Michigan plate EQX 9360.
So I rotated my right and left. They're still in the game. They just went from right to left. Thank you.
Okay, here we go. We're starting the bottom of the 6th inning. Number 11, Dixon, the pitcher, is coming to the plate.
Dixon.
First pitch from Brown is a ball. And that ball is driven down the third base line fair. Dixon is rounding second. She's running like she's on a horse. And she slides into standing into third base with a stand-up triple. So Dixon is in third for a stand-up triple. She is safe at third. The umpires concur.
Now batting number 22, Kaylee Compton.
Number 22, Kaylee Compton, the shortstop, is coming up the bat now. We got Dixon at third. And the pitch is low, strike one from Brown. Looks like the weather is holding off. Compton hits the ball into center field. And the center fielder for Virginia, Haven Tyree, catches it. Which allows Dixon to score on the tag up. So now it is 7-2, Virginia over Alabama. And we have Griffin coming to the plate, number 97, Haley Griffin, first baseman. So the count is 1-0 to Griffin with one out. That ball is popped up over to the left side of the field. Foul. So now that wrong one. That's still one out. 1-1 is the count to Griffin. And the pitch from Brown is high, ball one. So as I said earlier, South Carolina beat Virginia for the ponytail division of the World Series, so they are now their respective champions in their division. And we are trying to figure out who the champions for the Bell League. We still have 4 teams involved in this.
Right here, you and her will do it. You and her will do it.
2-1 the count to Griffin with one out. This is an elimination game. Ball 3 from Brown to Griffin. This is an elimination game. If Virginia wins, they will go on to play whoever wins the North Carolina Prince George game. That is strike 2. Griffin watched strike 2 go by. But the funny thing about it is, and that's ball 4. North Carolina has yet to lose a game. So they have things in place where if all the teams have one loss, they have like a playoff or round robin type deal where they got to figure out who's the best one at that point. So Virginia and Alabama has a loss. Prince George has a loss. And North Carolina is the only team out of the 4 that does not have a loss. So the loser of this game is eliminated. That's given. But the remaining 3 teams, if Prince George beats North Carolina, will have a loss. And in the book, as I've been reading it, let me get back to the page. I know it's somewhere in here. Here it goes. if after game 13 there are 3 teams with 1 loss each, there will be a draw for the bye in game 14. So that will be the case. So there will be a draw. So if game 14, if 2 teams have played the most number of games, they will draw for the bye. If all teams have played the same number of games, all will draw for the bye. If 3 teams remain with 1 loss each, there will be 2 runner-ups in the tournament. So that's how it goes.
I know my catcher made a comment. They made something, so that's the reason I said something. I love you, Chris.
All right, we have number 2.
Now batting number 2, Julian Myers.
Myers up the bat. He bounces the ball. Foul.
Hey, great job. Steve, you love that when you jump.
All right, so we have Griffin on first. 1 out. Dixon has scored to make the score 7-2. And Myers swings and misses. That's 0-2 now. All right, we have a count of 1 and 2. And that is fouled back for continuation of 1 and 2 the count. There's Julianne Meyer, number 2, the left fielder for Alabama at the plate. And that is ball 2. 2 and 2 the count. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Brown delivers. That ball is hit down third baseline. She goes down to second for the out for the force. Griffin is out at second. And Meyer is safe on the fielder's choice at first, which would then come up. Number 9, Brooke Horn, is at second base. Brooke Horn at the plate, take 1. Ball 1. Oop, let me clear these off here. So that is ball 1 to Brooke Horn. And the pitch is driven in between the center fielder and right fielder, and that looks like it hit the fence. It did hit the fence as the right fielder slips and falls. The ball is thrown into third base. Myers scores all the way from second, or first, all the way from second. Scratch that. Myers scores from first base. Horn is now at third base.
Now batting number 10, Mary Holland Stevens.
So now the score is 7-3. We have a runner at third. 1 out still here in the bottom of the 6th. And Stevens, the number 10, Mary Holland Stevens, is at the plate. Brown delivers. Ball bounces in there for a ball. So we have 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Ball's bounced up. And the pitch, strike 2. And Brown delivers, and that ball is hit down to the third base side. Third baseman throws and puts it over to first base for the out, for the third out of the inning, and that quelches the rally. And we are now going to the top of the 7th, with Alabama down 7-3. Virginia leading 7-3 over Alabama. That's what I meant to say. So Virginia is leading 7-3 over Alabama.
At the end of the sixth inning, Virginia 7, Alabama 3.
All right, we're now on the top of the seventh with, let's see who's coming up. Hunt, number 3, Reagan Hunt, number 9, Carly Falls, number 5, Elena Robertson. Dixon is still pitching for Alabama. The wind is dying down a little bit. Still overcast here. I'm checking on the weather. Let me refresh. It looks like still that the rain is holding off, whereas earlier this morning it said it was going to rain around 1 o'clock, and it is now saying that it's around 3:30, 4 o'clock it might rain.
Now that is number 3, Reagan Hunt.
Alrighty, so there you go. We have Emily Hunt, Reagan Hunt, my apologies. Reagan Hunt at the bat for Virginia. She's playing shortstop for them today. And that was a swing and a miss for strike 1. And it's high, ball 1. So the count is even. All depends upon your release point, is where that ball is going to go. If you release it too soon, it's down in the dirt too high, and it's up in the backstop. And the wind is picking up again. Dixon sets in. Swung and a miss. 1 and 2 to count to Hunt. That's fouled back. Count remains the same, 1 and 2. Anyway, the count here. Dixon gets back onto the mound. And the pitch. High, ball 2. And the delivery. Strike 3. Hunt is down looking for out number 1.
Now standing in for Virginia, number 9, Carly Falls.
Carly Falls steps into the plate now. That is number 9. Batting right, or batting left, sorry. She's on the other side. And the delivery is waiting on Dixon. Swing and a miss, strike 1. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Seven-3 here in the top of the 7th. Good eye. Oh, it's called a strike. Ooh, that looked a little high. That looked a little high. Either way, but the umpire has final say on that. So with 1 out here or 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. We have number 5, Elena Robertson, coming to the plate. And the pitch is fouled back for strike 1. Count is 0-1 to Robertson with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th, with Virginia beating Alabama 7-3 so far. Alabama has one last gasp at it. The door is slowly closing on them. Swing and a miss, strike 2 on Robertson. And that is a slow pitch. Oh my God! But the first 2 pitches, Dixon delivered it on that. They were quite speedsters, and then she did about a half speed on that one and caught Robertson on a reaching for the ball before it even got there. So Dixon strikes out the side, and we now go to the bottom of the 7th. Oh, back that up. We're not on the top anymore. There we go. We'll get it right. All right, so as Alabama comes up for their last gasp, it'll be number 5, Miley Long, the right fielder, batting first. Number 4, Yaley McClendon, the catcher, batting second. And number 26, Mary Clark Brown, the first baseman, batting third. The umpires are standing around the mound, just seeing what's going on, waiting for the teams to get to their proper positions. But if all goes the way it is right now, it looks like Virginia will be moving on to the final round of the Dixie Bell World Series finals. Nani Brown is giving her practice throws. And as soon as the catcher, Emily Welch, throws down to second, that'll be the start of the bottom of the 7th. And it looks like the outfielders are meeting together. And there they go. They're all taking their position. Umpires take their positions. And Brown delivers it and throws, and Welch throws it down to his second baseman, number 3, Reagan Hunt, or actually she's a shortstop, so they all meet at the mound.
I'm just confirming before I take this. Everybody has.
And they all go back to their position. And Virginia starts to take their walk to the finals by facing the next 3 batters, Long, McClendon, and Brown. And it's going to get pretty noisy here shortly because with the game being this close to being over, everybody wants to fire them up. And the pitch, strike 1, right down the pike by Nani Brown. She's been pitching extremely well today. And the pitch, that's a bunt down the third baseline. Catcher Welch picks it up and throws out Long. Long is thrown out at, oh, sorry, wrong way. Long is thrown out.
Now batting number 4, Yaley McClendon.
So if you're keeping track of score, that's at home, that's a 2-3 put out. And we have McClendon coming to the bat. That is number 4, Yaley McClendon. She is the catcher for Alabama. And that was a called first strike. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Brown is smoking the pitches right now. She looks like she just wants to get this over, and I don't blame her. Brown delivers. That's popped up. McClendon pops it up between the left and the right fielder. There we go. The right fielder for Virginia is 1 out away from going to the finals. That is Maddie Siemens, who caught that pitch.
No, we were 9. This is number 12.
So that was a fly out number 9.
Now batting number 26.
So this is number 26, Mary Clark Brown. They have 1 out left to them. Ball 1. Oh, let me fix that. There we go. Now it's 1-0 is the count with 2 outs. And nobody on. And that ball is hit. The second baseman throws it over the first. That is it. Virginia is going to the finals. Congratulations to Virginia. They are doing well. They deserve this. And that was a 4-3 putout. As they line up at the first and third base line, there will be an award ceremony for Alabama. I know that's a hurtful thing for whoever loses on the team, that they were this close to the World Series final. But Virginia played very well. They deserved it. They went on. And congratulations to each and every one of them and to the coaches. And as the players say congratulations to each other, they will go down the lines. But good game on both parts. Virginia did a very good job moving on to the finals. So the final score here was 7-3. And now we will take a break and wait for the Prince George, North Carolina game, because they might, I don't know how they're going to do that. Yes, if Prince George wins, then they're going to be a draw to see who gets the bye. And then whoever is on the bye will watch the other 2 teams play, waiting for the winner. And then the winner of that game will play the team who had the bye. But we won't know anything until later.
Please line up on your
So
respective baseline.
that is the case.
Ladies and gentlemen, with this loss, Alabama has been eliminated from further play in this tournament. However, they have had a great season and there are no real losers in Dixie softball. We have enjoyed having Alabama in this tournament. Let's all give them a huge round of applause. We wish you all a safe trip home and great success in the future play in softball, and especially as you pursue greater endeavors in life. As your name is called, please come forward and shake the hand of National Bells Commissioner Dan Stewart.
And I will let the feed continue so all the names could be announced and the people at home
Mary
listening
Clark
can
Brown. Janasia Cantlow. Callie Compton. Beth Dixon. Reese Garrett. Haley Griffin. Brooke Horn. Miley Long. Yaylee McClendon. Julianne Meyer. Mary Stevens. And someone could go get the medal for Grace Smith. Manager Terry Garrett. Coach Brad Horn. And Coach Michael Meyer. Thank you, Alabama, for making the trip. We certainly do appreciate it and hope you guys have a great trip home. Ladies, you may go get your state flag.
Great job, Alabama.
Managers, if you would please come and sign the pitching affidavit.
7-7.
Okay, there you go. That is it. The ceremony has been over for the medal presentation for Alabama. We are going to be going off the air. It's going to be a little bit of time because I don't think the North Carolina Prince George game. Oh, yes, it is underway now. I can see. All right. So when that game is finished, they will decide where and when the next game will occur. It depends on whether North Carolina wins or loses. If North Carolina wins, they go on and face Virginia in the finals, and hopefully they'll get that game in today. But if North Carolina loses, that will throw a monkey wrench into the whole process, and there will be a game of draw by. So one game will be played today, and then the finals will be played tomorrow. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, this is Trey James talking for JockJive Sports. Thank you all for coming out. Congratulations to Virginia for moving on to the finals. Condolences to Alabama for having to drive home. And we will be back later this afternoon for the game, either the final game between Virginia and the winner of the North Carolina Prince George game, or we might have to be delayed a little bit until we find out. If North Carolina wins, then it will be North Carolina versus Alabama. But it just gets a little messy after that. So anyway, take care, goodbye, God bless, and thanks for watching.